Hey guys, welcome back. We're going to do a little mobility session. We'll get started with our cars. We'll do a little bit of the passive stretching, some holds, and then some kind of strength-based work, body control, whatever you want to call it. So start with our cars. If you want to be standing or seated, that's totally fine. I'm going to start standing. Just bring my hands behind my back. Start with the neck. Make a big circle with your chin. Reverse. Arms at the sides. We're going to go shoulder blades. So you're going to bring them up, back, down, forward. Trying to keep the elbows straight. Just using your shoulder blades. Reverse, up, forward, down, back. Take a little wider stance. We'll go arms crossed. We're going to do the mid back. So just flex forward a little bit. Rotate to the right. Drive chest up. Rotate left. Flex forward. Try to squeeze your butt. This should be a small circle. So you're not trying to like max out some crazy range of motion here. Reverse. Make sure you're breathing. Let's go shoulders. Gonna turn one hand out. Come across, come to the ear, rotate away. Reverse, rotate the hand under. Make as big of a circle as you can without pain. So if you need to cut off a portion of your circle, it's okay. Maybe it's a triangle or an oval. Just work with what you have today. Go other side, turn that hand out, come across, turn your hand away. Reverse, turn your thumb under. Go both elbows, fingers spread wide. Bring them down, flip your hands. So you're going to flip at the bottom, flip at the top. Reverse, bring them down, come up. Block one forearm. Make a circle with the wrist. Reverse. Try to keep your fingers straight. Other side. Reverse. Good. Hold on to something if you want. We're going to go hips. So we're going to come up. We're just going to go one direction. Normally we kind of go both. But we're just going to go into flexion, external rotation, internal rotation, and then we'll come back through. Now we'll reverse. So we'll go only the other way, starting with extension. Other side. Just one direction. Like the band. I don't know any of their songs. Reverse, start with extension, come around. Good. All right, take a seat. We're going to go knees and ankles. Hands under your thigh. Turn your foot out. Lift, bring it in. So we're keeping the knee relatively soft. You're not locking it out. Reverse, start in, turn it out. Other side, grab that thigh, turn out, then in. Keep that soft bend. Reverse, start in, turn out. Go back to your first leg. Circles through the ankle. Reverse. Other side. Reverse. Drop onto all fours. Just going to do a little bit of the spine. So most people know this as cat camel, but we're just trying to segment it a little bit. So instead of like flexing the whole thing, extending the whole thing, we're going to try and roll up as slow as you can. Starting with the tailbone, try to tuck under. Good. We're going to target that lumbar spine just a bit more. So you can do one of two things. If you have a box, we're going to kind of rest our arms on that. So we're trying to block our upper back and really try and focus on the lower back. If you don't have that, you can just use the floor and you'll basically cup your head. If you have something higher, you can also just rest your elbows on it. Bring your knees a bit wider. And we're going to focus just on the lumbar spine. So you're going to think about tucking your tailbone under. And then releasing, dropping belly button toward the floor. So we're just going to do about 5, nice and slow. Okay. So it might not look like much on camera, but you should be feeling that tilt in the pelvis, trying to kind of pull it under and then push it forward. The more you can control your lower back, number one, you'll have stronger abs, which a lot of people are always looking for, but you're really going to help distribute load throughout your whole spine if you know how to control each piece of it versus it all like chunking as one thing. So just a good mind-muscle connection drill. So now we're going to drop kind of into a pigeon type position. I know we did that a couple weeks ago. I'm going to use my box. You can either be on the floor, or if you want to sit on a yoga block, you can do that. I'm going to use the yoga block for my knee of the other leg, but trying to get your front leg into a 90-degree position. Oh man, need my timer. So you can pick your setup either on the floor, on a box, or on a yoga block. And we're going to hold for about 2 minutes, just trying to breathe into this position. If you feel like the stretch is lessening, then come a little further into it. Ideally, I want to be pretty strict with that right angle of the front leg. Oh man, you guys are probably like, what is she doing? Didn't even look at my timer. All right, we'll go 1 more minute. The more you can bring that chest up and forward, you should get a little more of a stretch going. All right, we'll take a breath, switch sides. This side's going to be a little bit tighter. We'll go till about 320. Almost there, a couple breaths. Good, we'll slowly come out of the stretch. Okay, I know some of you guys were a fan of the adductor stretching we did last time, so we are going to hit that again. I'm going to use the squat rack. I did like that position. It's kind of like mimicking the straddle, except gravity's kind of pulling your legs down. So if you have a rack or wall space, you're going to try and put your butt up against the wall, and then we will drop the legs towards the floor. Move this guy over here. Probably come back to it. So once you get into position, we'll go until about 6:30. Trying to slowly let your feet come closer to the floor. Try to keep your feet active. Flex your feet or point them. Doesn't really matter. Just try to pick one. Okay, we'll slowly come out. So you can make your dismount however you like. And we're going to take a seat, legs together. Last time we did kind of a figure 4, and we stretched forward. Today we're going to do both legs. So we're going to get some hip flexion, lumbar flexion, might feel hamstring and calf, but we'll go until about 9 minutes. So you're going to roll forward, reach for your feet. The goal is to try and get chest toward the thighs. Try to breathe all the way into that lower back. Drop your head. Almost there, a couple more breaths. Slowly roll up. Good. All right, while we're here, we're going to grab hold of one knee, and then we're going to work a little bit of hip flexion strength on the other side. So I'm going to bend one leg, kind of anchor onto it, and we're going to try and do some lifts with our straight leg. So if your leg goes really high, you might need to move your arms up. And we're going to try 10 lifts. Again, just think about your foot. You can point your toe, flex your foot, just try to pick one and keep it active. Switch, give the other one a hug. As you can tell, my right side is much easier. Good. All right. I'm going to move this box a little bit. Just going to do one more strength drill for the hip. so we kind of stretched out those inner thighs. Now we're going to work the outside, some abduction. So you'll start with one leg, bring it straight back. You're going to lift it. Again, either point or flex the foot. You're going to bring it out to the side. Bring it up as high as you can. Drop it down. Lift. Bring it back. Starting position, okay? So we're just going to try about 5. Lift. Bring it around. As I'm coming around, I want my elbows straight. I don't want them bending. Do the same thing on the other side. Start straight back. Bring it up, come around, set it down as high as you can in front. Lift. Keep those elbows straight. Go for one more. Lift. Super tough. Should feel the buns. Feel them working. All right. I'm going to grab a dowel. If you guys have one, could be helpful. If you don't, you can use a broomstick, Swiffer, anything like that. Also, if you don't have any of those, you can use a box. We're just looking to find a stretch in shoulder flexion. You could even lean against the wall as long as you can find that stretch. So I'm going to be lying on my stomach. And we're going to go until about 17:45, but you want to walk your hand up until you feel stretch. And rest the head. Keep the elbow straight. A little more than halfway. "15 seconds. We're going to switch sides. Now it's important that you guys find a spot that is really still working your shoulder. Sometimes if you go too high, you'll start to just feel it yanking on your elbow, which we don't want. So find that happy medium where you have a stretch in the shoulder. We'll go till 20 minutes. Keep that elbow straight. If you need to bring your arm more out to the side, kind of like the letter Y, that's okay. Just try and find your stretch without pain. Almost there. And come out of the stretch. All right, while we're here, we're just gonna do some internal rotation with a slight extension bias, and we'll do some lift-offs, about 10 on each side. So you can go back to your first arm. Gonna bring it around. And we're gonna try to lift off the back. Same thing, other side. So we did mostly hip and shoulder because those are kind of the most important joints that we want to keep healthy and having as much access to as we can. So let's go back to the hip. We're just going to do 3 hip cars and 3 shoulder cars. So I'm going to do them in quadruped. Same thing as the warm-up. I'll go all one direction. Then reverse. Still keep those elbows straight. Other side. Reverse. We'll go shoulders real quick. Other side. All right. That wraps it up for today. Hope you guys had fun. Drop me a note when you finish class, and we'll see you next time. Bye.